Hello and welcome to Rathod's IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see important current affairs which appear in different newspapers on this day, that is 31st October 2023. So current affairs is very important to clear any competitive examination. For example, if you are preparing for UPSC or other state service examinations or railways, banks, SSC, yes, current affairs plays a very important role. And to clear this current affairs related questions, yes, you have to read one national newspaper. Okay, so either you can read Hindu or Indian Express, that is your wish. So first of all, we are going to see this Hindu newspaper PDF and we are going to find articles which are relevant from our examination point of view, and I am going to give you the perspectives in which dimensions you can think about that topic, so that will improve your thought process, right? And later on we are going to see detailed analysis of topics and the topics that are also collected from Indian Express as well. So this is the front page of the Delhi edition of Hindu. Okay, so the first topic is Supreme Court puts Maharashtra Speaker on deadline over defection pleas. So this article is talking about anti-defection law. So what is this topic talking about? It is talking about anti-defection law. So anti-defection law, which is not present in our original constitution, but it added through Constitutional Amendment Act. So please let me know which Constitutional Amendment Act added this anti-defection law to our Indian Constitution. Correct? So this anti-defection law says that if one person from so and so political party, so he is leaving that political party and he is joining another political party, then he will be disqualified. But there are some grounds. So you have to see which are the grounds on which disqualification is done. And why here speaker came into picture? So here one political party and another political party is there and the person is there, right? Why now we need to talk about the speaker? Speaker is a deciding authority. So here in states we may have either bicameral legislation or unicameral legislation. So bicameral means we have two houses, State Legislative Assembly and State Legislative Council, and unicameral only we have Assembly, State Legislative Assembly. So who is the presiding officer? So in the State Legislative Assembly we have Speaker and in Council we have Chairman, right? So here this article says that here who is the deciding authority? So who will decide whether that so and so person is disqualified or not? So this decision will be taken by Speaker. But what is the time limit? The cause of concern here is there is no time limit which is prescribed in our constitution regarding to take decision by Speaker. So because of this, now Supreme Court puts Maharashtra Speaker on deadline over defection pleas. So from examination point of view, you have to know some facts regarding this anti-defection law and even what are the grounds on which disqualification is done. Clear? Yes or no? If yes, type 1 in comment box. If no, type 2 in comment box. And next topic is AP train crash, toll rises to 14, signal jump suspected cause. So what happened? Train accident happened. So now we can see there is increased train accidents in India. So there is increased train accident in India is seen. So you have to analyze what are the reasons. So what are the reasons for this train accidents? It is very important. So here this article says that there is signal jump. And you have to see some examples of recent train accidents in India. You have to do some research. And that's all. You can leave the city page. There is nothing much important. And in this states page you can see this article. So how many of you are from Gujarat? Please let me know. So how many of you are from Gujarat? Let me know. So here, why? Because Prime Minister launches new projects in Gujarat. So here Prime Minister want to go for development in this Gujarat region. So Prime Minister decided to come up with infrastructure project, and these projects are about 5,950 crore. Okay, we are going to come up with new infrastructure projects. For example, railway projects, new sections of west dedicated freight corridor, and even doubling of railway lines, and initiated to recharge lakes, to construct barrage on Sabarmati river, and to set up drinking water and sewage treatment facilities. So these are some important infrastructure projects that are going to come up in state of Gujarat. So if you are from Gujarat, you have to understand which are the initiatives that are going to come up and what will be the possible advantages. Right, so this part is very important. And you can move on. So here in this page there is one article that is about new mushroom species. So whenever any species is in use, yes, that is very important from our UPSC point of view, from your prelims. So researchers, they identify a new mushroom species from Western Ghats, and name here is Candolimyces albosquamus. Okay, so you have to see. So here you can get a question like, recently Candomyces albosquamus is seen in use. What it is? It is a new species of mushroom which found in Western Ghats. So Western Ghats is also important. So instead of Western Ghats, they will give the statement like Eastern Ghats. Then this statement will be long. Okay, so it is found in Western Ghats. And in this editorial page, there are two articles which are regarding Eastern Palestine issue. So we are going to discuss that in detail. Don't worry. And next you can move on to op-ed page. So here you can see one article that is 70-hour work week idea into perspective. So this is talking about 70 hours of work should be done by youth to achieve development of our country. So this is the thing which mainly said by N.R. Narayan Murthy. So we have to see this topic in a very great detail. And in the text and context, there is article regarding easing the transport of cargo by railway. So this article is also very important. So as you all know that different modes of transport, we have roadways, we have railways, waterways and airways. So for all of these things, so railways is the cheapest mode of transport, right? And even if you're talking about the recent developments in railways, so Government of India launched this Vande Bharat trains also, you can add that point. And here this article says that railways is one of the more cheaper modes of transportation for moving bulk cargo. So because of this, here Government of India need to realize that thing, and we have to support this cargo transportation facility through this trains or through this railways. And we can also come up with some improvements in the green mobility, and we can also come up with improvement of infrastructure, and we have to attract investments in this sector. So this is the thing which mainly said, and Government of India came up with two policies to support this railways. So first one is Pradhan Mantri Gati Shakti policy, and this one is National Logistic policy. So if we're talking about this Pradhan Mantri Gati Shakti scheme, which aims to bring synergy to create seamless multimodal transport network in India. And under this scheme, we are also employing the new technology and also information technology tools for coordinated planning of infrastructure. And under this national logistic policy, we are focusing on integrating platforms of various ministries. So these are the two important things that you have to remember from this article point of view. And next topic it is about expansion of settlements into flood prone areas. So recently the World Bank WB came up with a report, and this report says that one of the important reasons for the flooding in India is nothing but expansion of settlements in this floodplain areas, right? So this article is also at most important. And you can move on to this news page. In news page here you can see the articles, that is electoral bonds, they promote and help donate clean money to parties, says Attorney General. So Attorney General has backed government's electoral bond scheme in the Supreme Court, and he said that it will promote clean money funding to the political parties. Okay, so here you have to see about this electoral bond scheme, and when the final judgments of the Supreme Court it is going to given, so from that day we will be getting a lot of articles. So there we are going to have a detailed discussion regarding this electoral bond scheme. And as of now, just do some research regarding what are these electoral bonds and what is this electoral bond scheme. And as far as COVID-19 vaccines did not increase the risk of sudden death among youth, which says study. So actually this article says that recently one study done by ICMR, that is Indian Council of Medical Research, says that so people who have took this COVID-19 vaccination, so they did not have any risk of sudden death among young adults. Okay, so that is the thing which mainly said. And there is a lot of perception of society like, so after taking this corona vaccine, so they are becoming very weak, and that is one leading cause for the deaths. Right, to remove that, yes, study conducted by ICMR and says the details. So that's all. So these are very important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. And now let us see the analysis and the notes. So if you want to get the notes of this class, you can join the Telegram channel. That link is given in description box. So I will show you the notes, and let us try to see the articles from other newspapers as well. So here this article I covered from Indian Express. So cracking the dengue code, civic authorities turn to genome sequencing. So here this genome sequencing word is a key word, and this topic is important from your Science and Technology, which comes under your GS paper 3, and this topic is important from your prelims and also from your mains. Clear? Let us try to understand this. So why we are going for this genome sequencing? Because what happened in Mumbai, there is increased cases of dengue. So there is increased dengue cases in Mumbai this year. So because of this, now civic authorities, they want to initiate genome sequencing. So if they are initiating this genome sequencing, and whenever we are studying this genome, okay, or genetic material like DNA and RNA, so we can identify which is a specific strain of the virus which is led to the causing of disease. So if you talk about genome sequencing, so genome sequencing elucidates genetic code. So we are isolating the DNA and we are studying this genetic code. Right, so we are going for detailed examination of virus attributes, including its infection rate, infection mechanisms, and replication process in human body. So how it is replicating in the body. So all these things we can understand if we are going for this genome sequencing. And this approach yields a comprehensive virus profile, and even it furnishes invaluable insights into dynamics of ongoing infections. So in this way, this genome sequencing is very, very useful. And if you see this flow chart, then you can understand how this genome sequencing is done. So first of all, we are taking this DNA and we are cutting that DNA, okay, into the overlapping segments. And what are the segments that we had? So we are introducing into this plasmids. So after that, what happened? We are decoding this DNA, like, so which are the base pairs present, and based on that what happened, so we will be reading that base pair. So that is called as nothing but here genome sequencing method. So what are the applications? So we have a lot of applications, like we can use in the medicinal field, and we can get targeted medicines, and we can get biofuels, disease resistant crops, and as well as new industrial products. So these are the important advantages or applications of this genome sequencing. And what are the challenges? Yes, safety is one issue, and ethical concerns are there, and as well as regulatory challenges. So these three are very important challenges. Okay, and now let us see some facts regarding this dengue. Sorry. So dengue, it is a viral disease caused by dengue virus, and there are 4 strains of dengue. Okay, there is nothing but den V1, den V2, den V3 and den V4. So if you are focusing on the study of these 4 variants, so here the rate of transmission and the severity of disease is different when you are comparing with the top one strain to another strain. So here den V2 is a significant cause of concern because it is having very high severity, and den V4, it is more prevalent in South India. So this is very important. And the students, how many of you are from South India? Raise your hands. Yes, you have to remember this den V4 strain which is causing dengue in South India. Clear? And the implementation of this genome sequencing will provide valuable insights into prevalent strain among the Mumbai population. So whenever we are identifying the strain, so we can go for identifying the sub variations, and even we can also go for deeper understanding of the outbreak. So based on that, we can take some steps and measures. So this is about this topic. Is that clear? And now let us move on to next topic. It is about UNGA. India abstains on United Nations General Assembly resolution calling for humanitarian truce in Israel-Hamas conflict. So this article is at most important from your international relations, which comes under your GS paper 2. And this topic is important from your mains, and even there is a chance of getting question from your prelims. So even there is chance of getting question from the prelims, and from prelims you can get fact based questions, and next one is map based questions. Clear? I am giving perspectives also, you have to think those perspectives. So if you see context, it says that recent resolution, okay, resolution which came up in United Nations General Assembly, but India abstained, but that means choose not to vote. Okay, so this resolution is also called as Arab resolution calling for a humanitarian truce in Gaza. And even additionally, India supported Canadian resolution condemning this Hamas attack on Israel. So this is context. And what are the details? So if you see this Israel-Palestine conflict, it is one of the world's longest running and most controversial conflict. So this conflict, it is between two groups, okay, between two self-determination movements, that is Jewish, and next one here is Palestinian nationalistic project. And recently what happened? So on October 7, 2023, Palestinian militant organization, that is Hamas, they attacked Israel. So because of this attack here, what happened? Huge loss to life and as well as huge loss to property which is seen. And now you have to understand what is the stand of India in United Nations. So first one is departure from earlier stance. So in past year, India voted in favor of Arab resolution against Israel, but now for the first time India is supporting Israel. And next one is condemning terrorism. So with the latest vote, India has underlined its concerns on international terrorism. And India was right in pointing out that the Arab resolution did not condemn the October 7th attack by Hamas on Israel. So here nothing but here India it is providing continuously support to this two-nation solution or two-state solution as well. And I want to give you one mains question. Try to answer this mains question. India needs to walk the diplomatic tightrope carefully when it comes to defending its geopolitical interest in Middle East. So discuss with reference to India's stand on recent Palestine-Israel conflict. So try to write answer. It is a very easy question. So you can write answer within 250 words. And this is a map of Israel. So you can see this is Israel. So here we have Mediterranean Sea. Okay, here this is the West Bank and this part is Dead Sea. Here we have Jordan, Israel, and this small part is Gaza Strip, Jerusalem here, Golan Heights here. Okay, so this is the map. And now let us see next topic. It is about 6G standardization. So as of now, how many of you are using 5G technology? Please tell me. How many of you are using this 5G technology? And soon we are going to get the 6G technology also. So because of that only I didn't change my phone, you know. It is a secret. So actually I thought of getting new mobile. But I thought that if you are waiting some more time, so we are going to get this 6G. Why can't I take the new update model? Yes, no? Yeah, finally here India can steer 6G standardization and become a global exporter of such technology. So this is the thing which is said by Department of Science and Technology Secretary. So we can go for this 6G standardization and we can become a global exporter of this 6G. So this is the idea of Government of India. So Department of Science and Technology Secretary has said that India has the large potential to lead 6G standardization by leveraging its indigenous 5G technology. So how this 6G will work? So what is the difference? So if you want, you can please make a note of this diagram. What is 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G and 5G and what is this 6G, and we are going to discuss difference between 5G and 6G. So meanwhile, I will have some water. So draw this diagram. Done everyone? Yes, now let us see what is the difference between 1G to 6G. So please make a note of that. That will be helpful to answer your prelims questions. So during 1980s we used to have 1G technology. So through this 1G we can go for only voice calling. And later on after 10 years we came up with this 2G technology and we started using of SMS. And later on 3G, so we got internet in mobiles. Okay, so when I was doing my graduation, at that time I used to have only 2G. Okay, and after the by the end of my graduation we got 3G mobiles. And this one is 4G. So 4G means internet of applications that we can use. And this one is we got this 5G and speed is 1 to 10 gigabytes. And it is a massive broadband internet of things that we can use. And now we are talking about this 6G. So 6G is most advanced and the speed is very high. So now let us try to see the difference between this 5G and 6G. So if you are talking about the speed here, it provides speed up to several gigabytes per second. This Gbps, okay. And this 6G that will give terabytes, okay, terabits per second. And latency means nothing but the time takes for signal to travel from one point to another point. It is around 1 to 10 milliseconds. It is just microseconds. And technology, so we are using technologies like MIMO, beam forming, network slicing, but I am not at all expert in this mobile network. I am very weak. And this one is we are going to integrate technologies like artificial intelligence driven networks, advanced beam forming and as well as quantum cryptography. So these are the technologies that are used in this 6G. And what are the applications of this 5G and 6G? So 5G enables advancement of Internet of Things and we can use for driverless cars. And next one is smart cities. So all these areas we can use this 5G. but this 6G has more applications like holographic communications. So we can use this real-time artificial intelligence. So it is one of the most specified Internet of Things. And currently where they are deployed? So currently they are deployed globally with ongoing expansion of this 5G. And this 6G is expected to commercial deployment around the late 2020s to 2030 and beyond. So these are some important points that you need to remember regarding this 5G and 6G. And next topic is nearly 500,000 Indians, they migrated to OECD countries in 2021 report. So this article is also very important. It's talking about Indian diaspora. Okay, so context says that recently OECD released report that says that international migration outlook. Okay, so it is releasing this report. The report title here is International Migration Outlook 2023. So what is a migration? So whenever the person who is present here, so he is coming out here and he is moving to another area, that is called as migration. So during ancient period itself, like Gautam Buddha and Jainism, Mahavir, so they moved from their places to other places, right, in search of knowledge and salvation. So International Organization for Migration, which defines migration as the movement of a person from his or her place of usual residence. So wherever within a country or across an international border, temporarily, permanently, and for variety of reasons. So why people they are migrating from one area to another area? So here you have to read about push factors and pull factors. So if you have completed your geography and economy, then you will be coming across this topic called as migration. There you will be reading like what are the push factors and what are the pull factors that led to migration in our country. And which are the types of migration? So we have intra-country, that means within country, that means from one state to another state migration. So it is also called as interstate migration. And this one is international migration. International migration comprises of migrant workers who travel abroad. And this one is forced migration. So it is nothing but because of environmental issues, because of infrastructure development projects or like expansion of roads, etc., that will lead to clearing, right? So in that area here, environmental refugees and war refugees, they are also forced to migrate. For example, in Rakhine state in Myanmar, so Rohingyas, they were displaced. Yes or no? And next one is gender and marriage migration. Especially women, they migrate to their in-laws' house after marriage. Okay, so these are some important things that you have to remember. And what are the highlights of this report? So first one is India replaces China as main country of origin for OECD, and it is also saying that there will be increased trend with nearly 0.41 million new migrants in 2021, and India lies a way ahead of China in terms of yearly migrants. And this one is climate change related migration. So because of this climate change also, people will be moving from one place to another place, like if there is floods, like if there is droughts, earthquake, etc. And next one is refugee crisis. So because of inflow of refugees from one area to another area, that will also leads to this problem called as refuge crisis. And next one is rise in internal displacement. So regional conflict, economic crisis and climate change, they led to increase in intra-country migrations worldwide. So these are some important points that you have to remember from this topic. And you have to see even which are the drivers of this global migration. So what led to migration? So first one here is because of good employment opportunities. They are attracting the people, okay. And next one here is climate crisis. So climate related migration occurs when people leave their home due to extreme weather events. For example, glacial lake outburst flood or floods, wildfires, droughts, etc. And even there is also impact of war, right? For example, now Israel Palestine issue, and you can talk about Myanmar Rohingya crisis issue. So everything that you can talk, even Russia-Ukraine issue. And next one is internal disturbance. Afghanistan crisis that led to large scale of migration in order to escape poverty and exploitation. For that also the people will be displacing from one area to another area. And this one is skilled labor force. Okay, skilled laborers, they are from India and China. They form the bulk of the USA service sector. So all these things are some of the important things which are attracting the people. And now let us see some facts regarding this OECD, that is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. So it is an international organization. It works to build better policies for better lives. It consists of 38 member countries and they are found in 1961 to stimulate economic progress. Okay, it will stimulate economic progress and world trade, and headquarters in Paris, France. And here you can see Colombia, Costa Rica, they were the recent countries to join this OECD. So this is very important prelims fact. So here the prelims fact that you have to remember is Colombia and Costa Rica. So they are the new members of this OECD. And whether India is member of this OECD or not? No, not at all. India is not a member of this OECD. And next topic, it is about role of speaker in deciding disqualification of member. Right? So now let us see the context. It says that the Supreme Court directed Maharashtra's Assembly Speaker to decide the disqualification of a person under this anti-defection law under the 10th schedule of our Indian Constitution. So if we are talking about this anti-defection law, so this law which punishes members of parliament and as well as members of state legislative assembly for leaving one party to another party, another political party. So it is not present in our constitution, okay, in our original constitution, but it is added in year 1955. That too through 52nd Constitution Amendment Act. So this 52nd Constitutional Amendment Act which added about this anti-defection law. And it includes some provisions for disqualifying the members. So on which grounds? So there are 4 grounds that you have to remember. So first one is voluntarily give up. For example, if I belong to a so-and-so political party, I am leaving that political party voluntarily and I want to join another political party, then speaker can dismiss me, okay, disqualify me. And next one is violation of instructions. So if any person, if there is any whip, so whip said that you have to vote in favor of this so-and-so thing, but I didn't like personality, but I voted against. Okay, so whenever any person who is voting or abstaining, means not voting from in such house contrary to any direction issued by his political party, then that person will be disqualified. And this one is elected members. So if any independently elected member joins any political party, so independent member should not join any political party. But here there is a chance for this nominated person, he can join any political party within the 6 months of time. So if he is joining after the 6 months of time, then he will be disqualified. And I want to show you one prelims question which appeared from this topic. That is, which one of the following schedules of Constitution of India contains provisions regarding anti-defection law? It is a very, very simple question, right? Okay, so let me know the answer in the comment box. And now let us see next topic. It is about new mushroom species which has been identified in Western Ghats. So your title says that a tiny fragile looking mushroom spotting a honey yellow cap. So where they saw this? In Jawaharlal Nehru Tropical Botanic Garden and Research Institute. And they identified as this is a new species of mushroom. So turning the spotlight once again in the remarkable Western Ghats biodiversity. So they came up with the discovery of fresh study, that is nothing but including of new mushroom species. So new species has been named, that is Camnolymyces albosquamus. Albosquamus, it is for white woolly scale like structure. Okay, so what is the meaning of this albosquamous? It is white woolly scale-like structure on its plius or cap, which is dedicated to build. The mushroom grows to a height of just above 58 mm. That is about 5 centimeters only the height of this mushroom is seen. And next topic is about 70 hours of work. So here we have to see some ethical dimensions as well. So please let me know whether this concept is correct or not. So whether we can work for 70 hours in a week or not. Please let me know. So if you see context, it says that here N.R. Narayana Murthy, co-founder of Infosys, says that India need to work harder. So we have to work at least 70 hours per week. That means for every day 10 hours. So if you are working 70 hours a week, then the nation it is going to achieve the kind of progress which is achieved by our neighboring countries. For example, China, Japan and Germany. Okay, so if you want to have the development, you have to work for 70 hours per week. So how many of you are ready to work 70 hours per week? So how many of you are preparing for UPSC for full time? So how many hours you are spending for preparation? Let me know in the comment box. Don't forget. So here you can see about this hard work and smart work. So here hard work means nothing but we are focusing on quantity over quality. But in the smart work we are focusing on quality plus quantity. And here it is a direct linear approach will be followed by many students. And the smart work is flexible, effective ways of delegation. And the works and this hard work it will works for a long run. And the smart works it is working for a limited time. Okay, that too it has some time restraints. And it is genius and complex and they are efficient and effective in model. Okay, and now let us try to see what is this work ethics. So work ethics is nothing but it is a set of values and these values that determine how any employee approaches their work. So it is the meaning of this work ethics. So how these employers they are approaching to their work. And employees with strong work ethics they are highly motivated and even those people they produce consistent high quality results. So this is very important. And it is a commitment to fulfill the official responsibilities with dedication and involvement and sincerity. And it implies that the work is appreciated and not taken as a burden. Okay, so we should not take work as a burden, but we have to enjoy the work. So in that way, if you are enjoying the work, so not only the 70 hours, even if you want to work for 80 and 90 hours, you can work for 80-90 hours per week. Okay, is that clear? Any doubts, anyone? So this is the important diagram that you have to see. It talks about the characteristics of good work ethics. So we need to focus on initiatives, we have to focus, we have to dedicate ourselves. Self-discipline is important, dependency, cooperation, goal-oriented and responsibility. So these are the important categories of this work ethics. So it is very, very important. And what are the characteristics of healthy work culture? So here we have to respect our fellow workers. So we are not only the one person who is working in some institution. So there are also other persons. So we have to also respect them. And if there are conflicts, so these conflicts to be minimized. And we have to focus on impartiality. Impartiality in treatment of employees. So employee is judged by his work and nothing else. And employee participation in the decision making process is improved. And the existing skills of employment are enhanced through workshops and seminars. So all these steps that can be taken to improve the performance. Okay, so this is about this topic. And let us see next topic is about expansion of settlements into flood prone area. So I have to draw one diagram here. If you want, you can also draw the diagram. I have to change the pen. So let us assume, so this is a river. So whenever river is moving, it will be bringing the sediments and those sediments will be deposited on both the sides. Yes or no? We have levees, we have point bars. So please let me know what is the meaning of levees and point bars in the comment box. Okay, so here these are these deposits. So what happened, the thing here is, here in this floodplain areas there is increasing of infrastructure projects. So here there is increasing of infrastructure projects in this flood prone region, and because of this the houses which are present, they are much vulnerable to these floods. So this is the thing which mainly said in this article. So India's urban areas, they have been flooding more and more often, destroying lives and livelihood. So especially in urban areas there the flooding is very much more. So what are the reasons? So what are the reasons why there is increased rainfall or these floods in urban areas? So because of increased concrete structures. So there is no wetlands to absorb extra water. Okay, so because of this concretization, there is no place for the water to get into the soil. And next one is, according to a study which led by World Bank and published in Nature on October 4th, the flood risk in many cities is rising because they are expanding into flood prone areas. So WB, that is World Bank, also said that yes, whenever we are going for expansion of these houses in this flood prone areas or this flood plains, that will lead to this floods. And according to this paper, since 1985, human settlements in flood prone areas have been more than doubled. So there is increased human settlements is seen across the course of the river. So this study which also found that middle income countries like India, which have more urban settlements in the flood prone regions or zones. And if you see the details, it says that so the risks are disproportionately higher for those who are living in informal structures, and there has been even rise in ecotourism resorts on forest land and the construction of large structures including government buildings and religious structures and floodplains, etc. So because of this there is increased incident of flooding which is seen. Okay, so these are some important things that you have to remember. Okay, so I hope it is very much clear, and if you have any doubt in any topic, so please type your doubt in the comment box. So if possible, I will be giving you the reply in the comment section itself, or else I will be discussing that topic in the next day. Okay, so this is about our current affairs analysis, and many students, they have a doubt like, where can I get the notes? Yes, right. So you can get the notes in the Telegram channel. So this is Telegram channel, that is Rathod's IAS classes. So there you can get this notes in the form of PDF so that you can easily download the notes. And this is our Rathod's IAS Academy YouTube channel. You have to subscribe to this channel so that whenever we are posting video, so there will be no delay, you will be getting the updates. And next one is, this is Rathod's IAS Academy website. So you have to first register if you are visiting our website for the first time, and you have to click on do not have account, and you have to fill all these details, and after that you have to click on register, and after that you have to come back and you have to give your mail ID and password after once registration is done, and you can click on this course list. So yeah, these are the wide range of courses that we are offering in Rathod's IAS. If you want to watch the demo videos, you can click on play course, so that 3 demo videos will be opened without paying a single penny, right? And we have mains answer writing practice, and the new batch is going to be started in the first or second week of this November. So if you are a student who is facing problem in answer writing skills, if you have not having enough content, and if you have the fear of start writing answers and to structure answer everything, so you can join this mains answer writing course. And even if you can't pay fee in one go, you can pay in 2 installments. And we're also going to launch this prelims booster course in the first week of November. So there we are going to have live classes and daily test, and we are going to give you the syllabus that will help to clear your prelims, and even we are going to have a special focus on even current affairs as well. And next one here is we are also going to provide this foundation course for UPSC, CSC 2024 and 2025. So here we are focusing on entire GS along with essay. So you will be getting both recorded and as well as live classes. So you can join this foundation course. The cost here is 45,000 rupees and the validity will be 2 years. So if you can't pay this amount in one go, you can pay in installments, and if you pay in one go, you will be getting extra 10% of discount. And apart from this, we are going to have this ethics live classes. Ethics live classes. And we are going to cover entire ethics within 50 hours. So each and every topic will be discussed and special focus on terminology and even examples. And we are going to have mains answer writing practice in that ethics course as well. And even we are going to see how to answer these case studies. So this is at most important. Okay. So this course cost is around 5,000 rupees. So here, if you attend this live class and if you join this class, I can ensure you that you are going to get around 130 to 160 marks in your ethics. So this is a very good score. So if you are getting more than 130, then your name will be there in the finalist for sure. So getting 130 is very difficult in this ethics because we have both theory and case studies. So we are going to see both the parts simultaneously. So try to join this course, and if you have any queries, so please call me on this number 8074765513. Okay, is that clear? So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. So if you really like this video, so hit the like button, and if you have any suggestions, so please drop your suggestions in the comment box. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe to this Rathod's IAS Academy.